Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today in my Esan class number 2. If you are joining for the first time, my name is Philomena Orbisi. You might need to go back to the first class, just search for Philomena Orbisi, Esan Alphabet, Philomena Orbisi will take you there. Now you just search with Philomena Orbisi and you will see a lot of things and choose what you want. Obviously, you want to look at the beginning of these classes. Last time we studied the Esan Alphabets, otherwise known as the ABD. And today we are just going to review what we studied last time and then we continue from there. This is the Esan alphabet which we studied last time. And this today, let's just go through it. I'm sure by now, if you are following me, you must have studied this and mastered this. We have 25 letters here, and this is called ABD in Esan. It's alphabet in English, and it's called ABD in Esan. We have, you look at this letter here, don't make the mistake of calling this A. This is R in Esan. They are written in capital letters and small letters, just as you see in English alphabets, right? So let's read this together to kind of remember what we did last time. This is A, B, D, A, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, C, T, U, V, W, Y, Z. And we said last time that we can easily sing with it and that will help us remember it quick. A, B, D, A, B, D, A, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, C, T, U, V, W, Y, Z. Remember that? So go back to the first class and study that if you are joining for the first time. And we also said that Esan also have vowels, just like we have vowels and consonants in English. And these are the Esan vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Really, if you master these few ones here, it will be very easy for you to use the Esan alphabets. See? A, E, I, O. U. You understand? With the dot under the O here, that changes O to O with the dot. Everywhere you see dots under the letter, it make know that it's being pronounced in different way. The letter may look the same, that dot makes it different, makes the pronunciation very different. You see, this is A, even though it's written almost the same, there's a dot under the A. That changes from A to A. And this is I. O, the same thing here. O written almost the same way, but you see there is a dash under the second O. That makes it change from O to O. And then you have U. A, E, I, O, U. In English alphabet, usually this is E in English alphabet, but here you see what we call I in English alphabet is what we call E in Esan alphabet. So A, E, I, O, U. You can also sing with it. A, I, O, U. A, I, O, U. That was our last class. Today we are moving forward, still using the alphabets. Today we are going to be using the 2-letter Esan alphabets. 2-letter Esan alphabets. So you see, you take 2 letters together, 1 letter, another letter, you bring them together, and it forms an alphabet for Esan. which is also making it easier for us to make sentences, for us to write in words. So let's see how that goes. Let's go down now. This is he. We remember in our alphabet, we say this is he and this is he. So here is he, and we can use it to make a sentence such like O, he, combining the two together, O, he, a. This is a. Remember we said this is a, not a. So you pick O and you pick these two letters together, which is called he, and then you add a or a. A in English, a in Esan. You add it together, it gives you a word, which is oha. Now, let's see how this works for us. O together, he, a. Oha. You see, I didn't go all the way say O, he, a. You can also say it that way, but if you combine these two together, it makes the word easy. You can also pronounce them one by one. It's going to give you the same story. Story in English is oha in Esan. So if I say O, he, ha, O, he, a. O, he, a. But see how difficult that was for me? Now if I say O, he, a. O, he, a. Oha. And oha means story in Esan. Let's try another word. Another he here. K, he. A, he, a. Remember? A in English, a in Esan. He, a. I'm combining these two together and it pronounced he, a, he, a. A, he, two letters joined together, pronounce he, a. He, a. Ahe. And ahe is pot. Basically, I look at ahe as those molds, pots, with pottery. Not like the English pots we see today. I think in Esan today is kind of polluted. We call the English pot ipoti. But the modern pot, the clay pot, is what I know as ahe. Where they used to store water those days. They used them to cook and all that. But the pronunciation is ahe, which is pot. Then we can also use this he for so many words, and you can even write sentence and on and on. Like I tried to do here, you see, I have here uhumu. Uhumu means famine in Esan. Uhumu fi, ohamen fi ebale rivo. There's famine, there's no food. Uhumu fi, uhumu, famine. Uhumu simply means famine. That is lack of food, no food, scarcity of food and stuff like that. Then it's very close to uhumu. See the difference? Uhumu. The spelling is different. We have this he still controlling these words, controlling both of them. He, u, hum, mu. This is O-N now, M-U, that is medication, medicine. But uhumu here, having the same two letter combining here, which is he, u, hu. And you see the u here, remember we said u. See how it comes into use. U. I didn't say you, I said u. And see how it come in here. U. And then we have the two letters here. Hu, hu, u, hu, mu. family. U. See the two letters there again, and see your U here. That is why I keep saying that we need to be careful how we pronounce this. If I had said you, so would you say yuku? I don't know how we're gonna pronounce it. In this time, it will be difficult for you. You might be able to use that for other words in English, but here it will not work. So you have to make sure you know what you are how you are pronouncing this. This is u, who, the two letter. Then you have your u here again. You have mu, which is ju again, which is family. U, hum, mu, uhumu, uhumu, family, uhumu, family, uhumu, medication or medicine, right? Okay, that's that. We have he for that. And one thing I noticed is that if you want to know how to pronounce Esan names, you have to get used to these two-letter Esan alphabet. They are very common. In my old father's name, I have Aigbohan. You see this coming to play. So many names, Aigbohale, or so many things, even the V. So we have to kind of get used to this. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is B, he, A, B, D. B, he. So let's go to our ABCD or alphabet chart again. This is B, right? And we have he over there. This is he. So you combine B and he, you get we. I want to be sure that I pronounce this very good so that we can understand it. We. Look at my mouth. We. So let's find out what words we can use this to form. This two-letter alphabet. What words can we use it to form right now? Okay, something that is very familiar is goats. Whether you are home or outside the country, outside Nigeria, abroad, you've heard about goats before. We eat a lot of goat meat, right? Here, it's called ewe in Esan. Ewe. We said this is we, and we bring these two letters together. In the middle, we add e. At the end, we add a, and it gives you ewe. The two letters together, we, a. Remember that dot under the that dot I said makes it different from the a. Combine these two, we, a. You see why I call them Esan alphabet? You can easily pick them together and also pronounce them together, just like we say A, B, D, right? You now can say he, we, me. Let's concentrate on this first. We are on the V right now. Say that after me. V, 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 A, every, V. I don't know, I'm sure. V, I hope I'm getting it out well. V is B, he, V, A, every. V. It's not V. I'm listening to myself like I sound like V. It's V. A. Every. And every means goat in English. Goat means every in Esan, right? Another word is every. See the V coming again, the B, the B and he coming again as we here. V. So you have every. You see the dot under the first one, we make it E, and then you have the two letters coming together to form V here, and then you have E, V. This V can be pronounced in different ways. Remember when we started, I said, depending on where you are, the part of Esan you are speaking, there seem to be little pronunciation. I don't know whether to call it accent. There seems to be a little accent, a little different. You are speaking from Ewu, you are different from your pronunciation is going to be different from people speaking in Ekboma. It's going to be different from those speaking in Ubiaja. It's going to be different from those speaking from different parts of Esan. And remember, I said we still do understand each other. I've been to some parts of Esan, school in some part of Esan, and I've lived in some part of Esan. I almost even forgot how to speak my Ewu Esan. But we still understand Esan. I remember going home and people will be telling me, Ekboban work is there. I live there. So my accent changed. So depending on where you are, there may be different, right? This is Evie, and some people call it Emily. Some people just stop at Evie. Evie means oil. Oil, any kind of oil. I'm not differentiating now whether it's palm oil, whether it's vegetable oil. Anything oil is called Eri. Then when we get to that stage, when we differentiate, then we begin to talk of, Eri Esan, Eri Nojan, and Banga, all those ones. Okay? So we have another word here, which is Evo. Evo could be, township, Evo. And then you could also use it for Evolo. I don't just take this Evo and add lo, L-O, Li-O, Evolo. So we could mean people. So that is he and that is we. And then we go to the next one, which is we, he, P, right here in our alphabets. Ooh. In our alphabets, we have he here, he, and then we have P. So combining the two together, you get B. Two letters coming together and give us B. So let's say the word clearly. B. B. So we have P. And the words that can easily be written or used it to spell out, light came to me. So we have Upa. Upa means light, right? In some other places, you might call it Orupa. But see, the K, the H and P is coming to play together here. He, we, U, we, a, Upa, U, we, a, Upa. So we have our alphabet here, which is the K, or he and B. So other ways would be Okbea, Okbea. Okbea means man, which is one. Like in English, you have ma, singular, right? You also have it in Esan, and you have the he and we here, Okbea, man. When there are many, we call them Ikbea, which is just changing the E, replacing the O with the E, and then you have your combined alphabet here, Ikbea, men, Okbea, singular, one, Ikbea, more than one, two, or many, Ikbea. You have Ukbu. Ukbu in Esan, cup in English, Ukbu. And some other people may call it Ukwake. The same thing, Ukwake, Ukbu, Ukwake. So you have your combined alphabet here, he and B, giving you Ukbu. Alright? So we have gone so far with the he, V, and B. Now we go to B. B. All right. So we also gonna form some letters with B. First one that comes to heart is Ugbo. Ugbo. Little children here, you know what we call Ugbo, like farming, gardening. We don't have Ugbo here, but you see, maybe some of you have seen your mom working in the garden. We have big lands in Africa where people go farming. We have, you know, people who engage in farming even in America, Europe, and other part of the country, large mechanized farming. So we call it Ugbo. If it's a very big one, you say Ugbo no hu, Ugbo no here, or so we qualify them as we are talking about big or small. But a farm is Ugbo in Esan. We can also use that B to form another word, or bole. See, we have the dash or dot under the O here, and it's obole, which is established or germinate or stand. This is very common with name, right? And then the next one we have ogbolo. This, you have the O, B, you see the B here, GB, ribi, and then you have the O, there is a dot under this O, L, which is Li in Esan, and then O, because of the dot under the O. O, Bo, Lo. Ogbolo. So this ogbolo, I know it's called so many names. Some people call it ogbono. You see, I kind of changed the spelling here then, but the B is still there. Ogbono. Here you have the dot under the O, dot under the O, dot under the O. Ogbo, the two letters coming together. Ogbono. Some people call it ohele. Ohele. We call it ohele too. Okay, this is that draw soup. I know draw soup is pidgin English, but that's how we popularly known as ogbolo. It does have its English name. It's very long. I didn't want to write it here. Ogbono is that slimy soup, which I know so many children. I've never seen soup that so many children like. Ogbono and okra soup. The drawing soup when you cut your padedian or ema, which is called padedian in Esan. Just mold it and you do like this to make sure you cut it before you put it in your mouth, and you still do like this, otherwise it's slimy, right? That is here. So now you know the name. When you are eating ogbolo, next time ohele, right? Next time you know you are eating omohele, omogbolo. That's it, ogbolo soup. All right. So also we can use it even starting a word, like here. This is the B, right? Here, I use it to form a word here, like bera, like pass. Somebody is passing by and is struggling, is tired to go, it's gonna shift and say, hey, bera, pass. Okay? Then we had the V. This is the G, V, and he coming together to form that V. And as pronounced, you can just hear ego. Ri, E, G, O. Ego. See how the two combine themselves together there? I pick E and then he and then O. E, G, O. Ego. U, B, O. Ugbo. U, B, A. Upa. E, V, A. Ewe. O, Hi, A. Oha. You see? O, Hi, A. Oha. E, V, A. Ewe. Right? U, B, A. Upa. I'm just putting the two words together right there and giving me a word. Now, the ego is money. In Esan, is called ego. in English is called money. E, G, the two of them. O, ego, money. Then I'm using it to start a word. I don't have to put something behind or after. And I just said G, A, G, A, together, G, A, C, G, G, C, as in look, G, as in see. Look at that, see that, right? G, and then you have orgale, orgale. When it's one knife, you call it knife in English, right? Likewise, when it's one in Esan, you call it orgale. When it's two or more, you call it knives in English, right? Likewise in Esan, when it's two or more, you call it egale. You see the G there? See, egale. Egale. So that is how we combined two-letter Esan alphabets to form a word. We can go on and on. Like below here, you have A-B-A, Aba, father, A-B-A, book. You have Osho, which is friend, or Oshome, or Omoe, friend. You have Nene, which most people call mother, or Ine. You have Odedeme. Odedeme means grandparent. That's just grandparent. Then you can qualify to say Odedeme no Pea, Odedeme no Who. You know, the female grandparents or the male grandparents, right? Nene is for mostly used for mothers. You know, like my own mother, even the grandchildren call her Nene. We all call her Nene, mother. And then the friend can be Osho, Oshome, or Omoe, Omoeme, depending on where you are speaking. Aba is father, right? So this is what we have today, and we have to practice this so that next time we are going to be naming, using the alphabet to name objects, using the ABD to name objects, to greet, and so on. So it's getting wider from here. So it's our homework to go home and practice using two-letter Esan alphabets to form a word. See how many you can remember. Oka, Ake, Uhumu, Uhumu, story, pot, family, medicine. Okpea, Ikpea, Ukpu, Ukpere. Ukpere is chalk. Those days, we used to write with chalk on the board. As a teacher in the primary school, I wrote with chalk, white chalk, color chalk. But today I know they use pen. As a teacher in the secondary school, we use chalk, writing on the board. So you have chalk here, Ukpere. There's another white chalk which the women mold. They mold it and sell in the market, which some people break to paint the wall or do all kinds of things. It's called Eri. That one is called Eri. But the one you use in writing is smaller. It's called Ukpere. Are you with me? So here we are. Let's study this, and next time we continue from there. God bless you. Thank you for joining me today. Any question? Please put it out there, and let's see how we can handle it. Like I said, if you want to teach us, you are welcome. It's a learning class for all of us. No criticism, anything at all. Just be polite and let's do this together. We want to teach our children who are far away from home, or even those of them at home who can speak Esan these days, help them jumpstart speaking Esan. Like I said, you want to speak to your child so that the next person will not understand what you are saying. This come very handy. So, Papa, Nene, teach your children Esan. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye.